car stolen one time, but they did get the license number. Now, by your encouragement and standing ovation, the Muddy River boys are overwhelmed. And we'll bring you another rendition, Down in Arkansas. I'm sure with your stomping and clapping and singing along, the boys will be elated. Down in Arkansas, introduce you to a couple newcomers from Griffith Church. I always called him Skeeter. I never knew him by Morris because we played dartball with him for years. But this is Skeeter Van Vliet, and he's going to bring us a couple numbers. Give him a good hand.
Before I start, this on?
You're too short.
Huh?
You're too short.
Okay. Before I start, I want everybody to go like this. Knock, knock. Wah. Wahoo! I'll rock it alone in the rocking chair. I see an old mother with silvery hair. She seems so neglected by those who should care. Rocking alone in
bathroom hanging, John.
Yeah. Oh, that's, yo. Can't read overwritten. Kid came home one night, so his daddy says, he's a young actor, said, you got a job. The new play, I take the part of a man who's been married 20 years. Wonderful, exclaimed the father. That's the start anyway, my boy. Maybe next time you could get a part, a speaking part. You don't want to hear me, I guess. All right, you all ready in the cornfield? Yeah. All right, let's go.
Why do you sit in the corner scratching yourself?
Because I'm the only one who knows I itch. Say, madam, is this the headquarters for the... Try again. Oh, yes. War on poverty.
Sure is.
I'm sure glad, because I just come to surrender.
Hey, Doc, how's my test come out? Well, your thyroid test came back. You just have an overactive fork.
I'd give 10 years of my life to have such fine, nice, good-looking children as you've got. That's just what it cost me.
Hey, Mr. Weatherman.
Yeah?
There's 4 feet of partly cloudy that needs shoveling off my sidewalk.
Now what? Half of the nails have the heads on the wrong end.
Well, you crazy old lady. You know that those are the other side of the building?
What was the defect that made it necessary to recall your car? In my bank account?
As the newly elected secretary of this here group, I want you to stand up and give the minutes of the last meeting.
The minutes of the last meeting were 33 minutes at 5 seconds.
Grandpa, were you in the ark? No, Doc. Why weren't you drowned?
Why weren't you drowned?
Give me a good hand. One day, IRS agent stopped over at the office and his brother John, he said, I understand that Mr. John Doe gave $1,500 to the church last week. And is that correct? Brother John scratched his head and he said, well, let me put it this way. I don't have the record, but let me check with John Fix. But if he didn't, I can assure you he will next week. This time I think we'll have another song by Skeeter. Well, Mary, looking out over this crowd, looks like everybody's mind's getting a little bit dull again. We better have a couple more games. A tobacco company executive ran across a man 94 years old who had been smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day ever since he was 12 years old. The old-timer was in excellent health. We are filming a commercial, he told the old-timer. If you will let me put your story on film, we will pay you $1,000. Fine. When do you want me? He asked. Can you be at the station at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning? Nope. Too early, said the old-timer. I don't quit coughing until noon. Now the old clock is winding down. We've got our final skit. I'd like to take this time to introduce or check into the home life of a couple of the most popular, 2 of the most popular men in our group, Big Walt and Gordon Parker, front and center.
Kitchen man.
Hi, hon.
Come on, this is the best part.
Hi, hon. I'm home.
I'm home. What happened?
What happened at the chili supper? Does this answer your question? Walt's chili.
Gordon's handiwork.
We could make an addition on the church with this stuff right here.
Does this look like the spatula of a klutz that can't boil water? That's a direct quote. Gordon called me a klutz in front of the entire church, and then he bent my spatula. My favorite spatula.
And then he put chili all over me, and if I hadn't grabbed the spatula out of his hand, who knows what he would have done next. Hon, would you get the bicarbonated soda?
All I did was it.
And looky here. Looky here. And looky here. He pooped my hat.
All I did was spill a little of my chili on his apron. And he does this to me.
What did you say, Pat?
Every year. This is what? I remember now. This is a gratitude idea. Year after year, I volunteer to make chili for that church. Everyone in the church loves my chili.
And you should know how we have to put up with Walt's chili year after year. You should have seen the people this year running for the ice water.
Why, everyone was getting up for seconds of my chili, honey. Even the preacher made mention of it in his prayer.
You should have seen the preacher. He got up to say a prayer and boom.
Honey, he was stunned speechless. You know, no one in that church can hold a candle next to my chili.
It's a good thing no one lit the match next to Walt's chili. The whole church would have gone up. I simply suggested in my shy, humble way that we should add a little bit of water to his chili.
Yeah, then he comes in with a garden hose to water down my chili. Well, I suggested that if he didn't want to eat my chili, well, then he could wear it. And then I picked up my bent spatula and slipped out of the back of the church completely unnoticed.
And then he made this big scene, grabbed his spatula, and stormed out. And he left me there trying to scrape the chili out of the bottom of the pan before it ate a hole in it. If his kids had to eat this chili, I can understand why they act like they do. And to think of all the things we've done together. Why, we've practically raised that family.
When I think of all the influence I've had over that family. I coach each one of his kids through Bible quizzing, each one dumber than the last. And I'll never forget the time I asked the question, who wrote the Song of Solomon? And little Gordy Jr. pipes up, Bill Gaither.
I stop to think of how many times we've had them over and we've spent hours reminiscing and talking about what the Lord has done in our lives. We've been through thick and thin together. Huh. And to think, he never hesitated to come over when we were having our barbecue.
The last time I had one of his steaks over at his barbecue, it was so rare, it practically walked up to the plate. I don't know where this tightwad gets his meat. But I do know that I heard that steak whinny before he threw it on the grill. And to think I looked up to this guy for spiritual guidance.
And when I think of what he did to me tonight, he's lucky he didn't wear that spatula as a hood ornament.
I never seen anybody get so upset over a little chili on his apron.
And he does this to me. Hey, hon, get the Pepto.
What? Call him?
He's got my number. Any minute now that phone's going to be ringing, and he knows I'm big enough to accept his apology.
I'm bigger than this situation, honey.
I'm not going to be petty about this.
Forgive and forget, that's my motto.
Somebody's got to make the first move.
What?
Who, me?
Oh, I could if I wanted to. Oh, yes, I could. Oh, yeah? Double dare? All right, I will.
Come on.
You mean now? Busy.
I can just imagine the rumors he's spreading around about me on that phone right now. All I ever do is give, give, give.
Take, take, take. That's all this guy ever did. You give him an inch, and he takes a mile. I can just imagine the stories he's broadcasting about me now. Hon, have you seen my Bible? I'm going to be ready for him. I'm going to load up with Scripture. I'll nail him Sunday. Hon, have you seen my Bible? Of course I know what it looks like. Don't get smart. Oh, here it is. Right here, where I always keep it.
You can just bet he's loading up on ammo to blow me out of the water on Sunday morning. Well, I'm going to have a comeback for every one of his pot shots. Oh yeah, I can, you sure can.
Back up.
I can back it up. Have you seen my Bible? What do you mean it's right where I left it after I read the kids the Christmas story? You realize how long ago? Never mind, I'll find it.
Aha!
Vengeance
is mine, saith the Lord.
The Lord shine forth.
Wait. Let him refuse that.
Oh Lord, shine forth.
It's hard to stop a quarrel once it starts, so don't let it begin. Love forgets mistakes. Nagging about them parts the best of friends. Oh, I don't want that.
Where's the mean stuff? There's got to be some mean stuff.
Well, what about Paul? Paul had something to say about everything. Book of Paul. Book of Paul. Must be in the Old Testament.
Judge not, lest ye be judged. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? You hypocrite.
Don't criticize, and then you won't be criticized, for others will treat you as you treat them.
Nah,
There's got to be something better in here. What's all this red print?
Oh, an old McDonald coupon, 1976, probably isn't any good anymore.
Book of Collisions? What's that?
Love your neighbor as yourself. Well, who hid little Walt Jr.'s pet hamster for 2 weeks before his birthday? Well, maybe the clothes dryer wasn't the best place.
Since you have been chosen by God, you should practice tender-hearted mercy and kindness to others. Well, who played Santa Claus for his kids when he was down with the flu last New Year's Eve? Well, I'd do anything. New Year's Eve? No wonder he was upset.
For the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace.
Be gentle and ready to forgive. Never hold grudges. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Well, maybe I'm not the galloping gourmet.
Well, I guess maybe his chili isn't as bad as that.
Ring.
Hello.
Yeah, Gordon, this is I'm sorry about what happened.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, you know that stain on your apron?
Yeah, it's right here.
You take a little kerosene and some V8 juice, and it'll take it right out of there.
Really? Well, you take a blowtorch and some vice strips of that spatula, and it'll be as good as
No, that's all right. Everything is going Rubbermaid anyway. Hey, I've got a little chili left here. Why don't you herd the family into the old Buick and come on over? Hello?
Sure, why not? I guess I've got a couple of steaks in the deep freeze. I'll throw them in too.
Our microwave's on the blink.
I can thaw them out over here.
Well, praise the Lord. I'll see you in a while.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, honey, better get the Pepto.
I think now we're going to have a couple door prizes. Drawing for a couple door prizes.